Sawadee Kop. Today we dive into A is for automation, step 3 of DEAL, right? Scotty, she's all yours, sir. All systems automated and ready. A chimpanzee and 2 trainees could run her. Okay. Captain Kirk, thank you, Mr. Scott. I'll try not to take that personally. Star Trek. As soon as I said Scotty, you all knew Star Trek, right? I'm not a Trekkie or a Star Wars nerd. I don't dress up in costumes like a stormtrooper or whatever. But everybody knows Scotty and Captain Kirk, right? Outsourcing Life, offloading the rest, and a taste of geo-arbitrage. A man is rich in proportion to the number of things he can afford to let alone. Henry David Thoreau, naturalist and author, I think, too. Yes. If I told you this story, you wouldn't believe me, so I'll let AJ tell it. It will set the stage for even more incredible things to come, all of which you will do yourself. My Outsourced Life, a true account by A.J. Jacobs, editor-at-large at Esquire magazine. Ellipses represent passage of time between entries. It began a month ago. I was midway through The World is Flat, the bestseller by Tom Friedman. I like Friedman, despite his puzzling decision to wear a mustache. His book is all about how outsourcing to India and China is not just for tech support and car makers, but is poised to transform every industry in America, from law to banking to accounting. I don't have a corporation. I don't even have an up-to-date business card. I'm a writer and editor working from home, usually in my boxer shorts, or if I'm feeling formal, my penguin-themed pajama bottoms. Okay. Then again, I think, why should Fortune 500 firms have all the fun? Why can't I join in on the biggest business trend of the new century? Why can't I outsource my low-end tasks? Why can't I outsource my life? The next day, I email Brickwork, one of the companies Friedman mentions in his book. Brickwork, based in Bangalore, India, offers, quote, remote executive assistance, mostly to financial firms and healthcare companies that want data processed. I explained that I'd like to hire someone to help with Esquire-related tasks, doing research, formatting memos, like that. The company's CEO, Vivek Kulkarni, responds, it would be a great pleasure to be talking to a person of your stature. Already I'm liking this. I've never had stature before. In America, I barely command respect from a Bennigan's maitre d', so it's nice to know that in India I have stature. A couple of days later, I get an email from my new remote executive assistant. Dear Jacobs, my name is Honey K. Balani. I would be assisting you in your editorial and personal job. ... I would try to adapt myself as per your requirements that would lead to desired satisfaction. Okay? Desired satisfaction? This is great. Back when I worked at an office, I had assistants, but there was never any talk of desired satisfaction. I bet. In fact, if anyone ever used the phrase desired satisfaction, we'd all end up in a solemn meeting with HR. Right? Yeah. True story. ... I go out to dinner with my friend Misha, who grew up in India, founded a software firm, and subsequently became nauseatingly rich. I tell him about Operation Outsource. You should call your man in India, he says. Misha explains that this is a company for Indian businessmen who have moved overseas, but who still have parents back in New Delhi or Mumbai. Your man in India is their overseas concierge service. It buys movie tickets and cell phones and other sundries for abandoned moms. Perfect. This could kick my outsourcing up to a new level. I can have a nice, clean division of labor. Honey will take care of my business affairs, and YMII, your man in India, can attend to my personal life, pay my bills, make vacation reservations, buy stuff online. Happily, your YMII likes the idea, and just like that, the support team at Jacobs Inc. has doubled. Honey has completed her first project for me. Research on the person Esquire has chosen as the sexiest woman alive. I've been assigned to write a profile of this woman, and I really don't want to have to slog through all the heavy-breathing fan websites about her. When I open Honey's file, I have this reaction. America is fucked. There are charts, there are section headers, there's a well-organized breakdown of her pets, measurements, and favorite foods, e.g. swordfish. If all Bangladorians are like Honey, I pity America about to graduate college. I pity Americans about to graduate college. They're up against a hungry, polite, Excel proficient Indian army. There are lots of them, that's a fact. ... In fact, in the next few days, I outsource a whole mess of online errands to Asha, A-S-H-A, from the personal service, your man in India, paying my bills, getting stuff from drugstore.com, finding my son a Tickle Me Elmo. Actually, the store was out of Tickle Me Elmo, so Asha bought a chicken dance Elmo. Good decision. I had her call Singular to ask about my cell phone plan. I'm just guessing, but I bet her call was routed from Bangalore to New Jersey and then back to a Singular employee in Bangalore, which makes me happy for some reason. ... There's another ellipsis for you. It's the fourth morning of my new farmed out life, and when I flip on my computer, my email inbox is already filled with updates from my overseas aides. It's a strange feeling having people work for you while you sleep. Strange, but great. I'm not wasting time while I drool on my pillow. Things are getting done. ... Honey is my protector. Consider this. For some reason, the Colorado Tourism Board emails me all the time. Most recently, they informed me about a festival in Colorado Springs featuring the world's most famous harlequin. I request that Honey gently ask them to stop with the press releases. Here's what she sent. Dear all, Jacobs often receives mail from the Colorado News. Too often. They are definitely interesting topics. However, these topics are not suitable for Esquire. Further, we do understand that you have taken a lot of initiatives working on these articles and sending it to us. We understand. Unfortunately, these articles and mails are too time-consuming to be read. Currently, these mails are not serving the right purpose for both of us. Thus, we request to stop sending these emails. We do not mean to demean your research work by this. We hope you understand too. Thanking you, Honey KB. Okay. Not perfect, but good enough. It's to the point. Stop sending me emails. That is the best rejection notice in journalism history. It's exceedingly polite, but there's a little undercurrent of indignation. Honey seems almost outraged that Colorado would waste the valuable time of Jacobs. ... I decide to test the next logical relationship, my marriage. These arguments with my wife are killing me, partly because Julie is a much better debater than I am. Maybe Asha can do better. Hello, Asha. My wife got annoyed at me because I forgot to get cash at the automatic bank machine. I wonder if you could tell her that I love her, but gently remind her that she too forgets things. She has lost her wallet twice in the last month, and she forgot to buy nail clippers for Jasper. AJ. I can't tell you what a thrill I got from sending that note. It's pretty hard to get much more passive-aggressive than bickering with your wife via an email from a subcontinent halfway around the world. The next morning, Asha CC'd me on the email she sent to Julie. Julie, do understand your anger that I forgot to pick up the cash at the automatic machine. I have been forgetful, and I am sorry about that. But I guess that doesn't change the fact that I love you so much. Love, AJ. P.S. This is Asha mailing on behalf of Mr. Jacobs. That just ruined the whole thing right there. As if that weren't enough, she also sent Julie an e-card. I click on it, 2 teddy bears embracing with the words, anytime you need a hug, I've got one for you, I'm sorry. Damn, my outsourcers are too frigging nice. They kept the apology part but took out my little jabs. They are trying to save me from myself. They are supercharging my id. I feel castrated. Julie, on the other hand, seems quite pleased. That's nice, sweetie. I forgive you. There you go. It worked. Had a positive effect. Despite 3 weeks with my support team, I'm still stressed. Perhaps it's the fault of the chicken dance Elmo, whom my son loves to the point of dry humping, but it was driving me slowly insane. Whatever the reason, I figured it's time to conquer another frontier, outsourcing my inner life. First, I try to delegate my therapy. My plan is to give Aisha a list of my neuroses and childhood anecdote or two, have her talk to my shrink for 50 minutes, then relay the advice. Smart, right? My shrink refused. Ethics or something. Fine. Instead, I have Aisha send me a meticulously researched memo on stress relief. It had a nice Indian flavor to it with a couple of yogic postures and some visualization. This was okay, but it didn't seem quite enough. I decided I needed to outsource my worry. For the last few weeks, I've been tearing my hair out because a business deal is taking far too long to close. I asked Honey if she would be interested in tearing her hair out in my stead, just for a few minutes a day. She thought it was a wonderful idea. I will worry about this every day, she wrote. Do not worry. The outsourcing of my neurosis was one of the most successful experiments of the month. Every time I started to ruminate, I'd remind myself that Honey was already on the case, and I'd relax. No joke. This alone was worth it. Wow. I just kept reading because I wanted to finish it. I mean, it's good stuff. So that's the experience of one dude who read the book and started outsourcing, using VAs for everything. At some point in your life, if you keep going down this path, your time is going to be worth more than $10 an hour or $5 an hour, depending upon the country you outsource to. And that's when you start using these VAs fast and furious, because every hour of time they save you is going to be worth $50 to $500 an hour, depending upon what businesses you set up and what you've got going. Your time will become so valuable that it just makes sense to outsource. And everything. He got silly there about the worry and writing his wife and things like that. I mean, it's not silly to send your wife a happy anniversary card or whatever, but I wouldn't put sent on behalf of Greg. I would just, hey, send my wife an anniversary card so you don't freaking forget, or happy birthday, or that would well be, worth a thing, and she'll think you did it, Because usually you give your VA your passwords and stuff for your email. And if you're not comfortable with that, you can set up a new free Gmail account or Yahoo account or whatever, and just give them a password for that, not your personal one. Just have a business email and give them the password to log in to your business email. So yeah, good stuff. VAs can be used for lots and lots and lots of things. You can get creative like he was and really outsource as much of your life as possible that you want to. Obviously don't feel the need to outsource shit you don't want to, you want to hold on to, but if it's taking up a significant amount of your time and it's trivial, fuck it, outsource it. That's it for today. Good talking to you all again. Hope you have a great day. Hope it's productive. You get something done, move forward. As long as you're moving forward, right? Every day. That's all you can do sometimes. Have a good one.